Intellectual stew. Intellectual stew with James Kirkland.
Powerful and provocative. Prophetic and practical.
Have you ever found yourself?
Are you dating for that person?
Informative and
I feel
inspirational.
every bit of it. Like, I'm not trying to waste my
How you gonna do better if you don't know what better looks like? I do.
Intellectual stew.
Come on, let's talk about it with me, the mind massager.
Intellectual stew. Intellectual stew with James Kirkland. Intellectual stew. Intellectual stew. Intellectual stew with James Kirkland. Intellectual stew. Intellectual stew with James Kirkland. Intellectual stew. Intellectual stew.
Still trying to get situated. Y'all come in and say hello, share the thread, please. And I'll be ready in just a minute or so. But if you would share the thread, I'll be, like I said, I'll be ready in just a minute. Just kind of getting my wits and bearings about myself. Oh, yeah, link in the chat.
Intellectual stew with James Kirkland. Intellectual stew. Intellectual stew.
One more time. Can we let it go one more? Can I let it go one more time? I'm getting my wits and bearings about myself. Really, I am. But if you come in, react, like it, share it. If you would, share this post, and let's get ready to get started. Put the link in the chat because it is open mic night again. So you all are welcome to chime in. I'm going to be so excited when you all really start calling in and jumping on and being a part of this community that we're trying to create. Especially when I let you come, when I invite you to come on. Hey, Charlotte, when I invite you to come on like these open mic nights. I didn't gotta take long. He came on early. I'm almost ready, y'all. Y'all haven't spoke yet. Come in, say hello, say cat, dog, boo, something, please. Like I said, I'm almost ready. I'm almost ready. All right, you know what? There we go. Who else here? All right, so I put the link in the chat. Charlotte said, God, glad you made it back. I'm leaving right back out. So pray my safe return again. But let me, it's a Monday Night Live on a Tuesday. I gotta apologize. Hey, how you doing, Miss Milton? Deborah Christopher, hey, hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? Phoenicia, what's going on? That's what I was waiting on. I wanted to get you all in here first before we got this thing started. Oh, I got some notes. Hold on, let me go get my notes. Oh, let me turn the music off. Let me turn the music off. Turn it off before it starts again. All right, there we go. What's up? What it do? Time for another episode of the Intellectual Stew with yours truly, James Kirkland, where we come and we have grown folks conversations, and we believe we can change communities through conversations. If we just talk about it, share our ideas, share our views, take the moment to be compassionate enough to understand, be flexible enough to realize that there are more than one opinion, all those types of things, and we can at a certain point we'll figure out how to cordially coexist, and that is my goal. I'm trying to figure out how to get us to cordially coexist. What I have done, if you scroll up in the comments there, I have put the link in the chat. So if there's anyone who wants to chime in on a conversation tonight, it is open mic night. You are welcome to jump in. Here it is for YouTube. I've already got it up there for Facebook. Let me put the phone number up so you'll have that as well. Oh, you know what? Oh, shoot. I had the phone number up last night, but I didn't even have the app open. I'm telling you all, last night, I was tired last night. I had a flight delay that was 2.5 hours. I was supposed to get back to Atlanta by 5:30, 5:45. I didn't get back until like 8:25. My show is normally at 9. I didn't get home until after 9. So yeah, I had, needless to say, I had a rough day. And then, but I felt like the show had to go on. What's up, Emmanuel? Glad you got in today. But needless to say, the show had to go on. So here I am. There it is, and so what? Root, tut, and all that stuff. So, got to make it happen. All right. So what we are doing is we are preparing for Saturday in Little Rock, Arkansas. We are doing our second podcast in front of a live audience, entitled "The Bonding of the Sexes." The text that our Waffle House was on point. I only ate half of it, but it was on point. I did go. It took too long. It was long. I mean, I was in there. I was frustrated, but I'm telling you, I was tired. When I get that tired, my body starts shut down. My mind gets like real short, real short. And I almost snapped at my baby last night, and I don't ever do that. So, yeah, it was one of those nights. But we're getting ready to get this conversation started. Like I said, on Saturday night, we're going to be doing Bonding of the Sexes in Little Rock, Arkansas, at the Kappa Center on Wright Avenue. I believe it's 2220 Wright Avenue. Ticket sales are still going on. I've noticed a few sales today. Tickets are $20. And that is for general admission. It's wide open. You can come on in. We're going to have a poet. We're going to have singers. We're going to have conversations on that night. And I am looking forward to hearing the different perspectives. Now, one of our guests that's going to be there, he is a native son of Little Rock, Arkansas, but he now pastors in Beloit, Wisconsin. I believe that's the name of it. He'll tell his own story in a moment. But he's going to be there. He and his wife, they're going to be the couple that we're going to interview. Last time we had the pleasure of interviewing Alfred and Roz Warren, but that was a different dynamic. And now we're going to bring another dynamic, and I'm looking forward to hearing his story on that particular night. So I brought him in tonight. Y'all know how we do it. I put up little videos. I get our perspectives on them, and kind of just talk, and I kind of want to hear his heart. Now, y'all talk to him, tell him he don't have to come in here being pastoral tonight, even though he can cuss if he want. I'm joking. I know he ain't gonna cuss. His members might be listening, but come on. Let me go get him. Dr. OJ Newburn. What's going on, my friend?
I'm doing well. How's it going, Kirkland?
Man, everything is wonderful on my end, man. Let me first of all thank you and your lovely wife for consenting to come
Definitely
and be a part of it. Man, this is it's very non-traditional ministry, but it's ministry, right? Me and you have these kind of conversations, so I might as well start now. Christ told us to go fishing, right? But he never restricted us on what type of bait to use.
That's right. So
this
is the highway. This is the highways and the hedges.
Highways and the hedges. And the thing is, and like I said, so if he didn't restrict us on, because you know what, you can't use universal bait. You can't use crickets to catch sharks.
Right, depending on what kind of fish you're trying to get. So
if you're trying to catch a shark, you better not catch a cricket, because a cricket is not going to be. Sometimes you got to track certain things with blood. You
That's
know,
right.
so yeah, so we're doing this thing in a non-traditional way. So but in a lot of it's through conversations. It's getting people
Yeah.
in a room with, very similar experiences, but sometimes I think we try to put answers in a box. We like to categorize. Capitalism teaches us that somebody has to win. There's a winner and there's a loser, and there's only two categories, right? And
Right.
a lot of times, and so I think many times we want these one size fits all answers instead of something that's relative to our particular circumstances and our situation. So my thought is that someone will hear your story
Yeah.
and identify and resonate with that story, and then perhaps leave encouraged. And then again, somebody else might be going through something similar in the future.
Yeah.
And so I appreciate you for that.
Yeah, yes. And your this narrative, thank you for having us, first of all, and providing your table for us to sit at your table and to share intellectually a stew. This is what it is, like you said, this is our path. We don't have a one size fit all answer to everything in life. But we have some answers.
Absolutely.
And I would say some answers, dealing with some successes and some failures. And sometimes, as I listen to the show, sometimes I think we have to watch ourselves that we just don't automatically refuse advice. Just because it's not applicable right now, don't mean 2 months from now
Yeah.
that's the solution. And we turn a deaf ear to it real quick. And I'm like, no. Most of the successes I've had have been from information that I received a long time ago.
Absolutely. And
That
I
I
think the
just put in
old folk would quantify that by saying we'll understand it better when.
by and by.
By and by. And you know what,
Yeah.
man? Right now, I feel like I'm living in the by and by.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm living in the by and by. I'm 51 years old now. My youngest is 20. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm honestly living. A lot of stuff just makes sense now. A lot of stuff just makes sense. How long you been married, OJ? How long you been married? We're gonna talk about that in depth on Saturday, but how long you been married?
It'll be 9 years in September.
Okay, y'all figured that thing out?
No. Every day we trying to figure it out, but we have a lifetime to figure it out. Yeah. But I mean, we're functional. We love each other. We are fueling each other's passions and desires and purpose. And we go at it. We have our arguments. We we go at it, but we fight fair. We make up. We with each one of those types of I call them in the corporate world, they call them customer service failures.
Mm-hmm.
You can I learned a long time working in management that you can have a patient for life or a customer for life after a failure, because they are much more open, particularly if there's been a failure. And so every argument is a new strand, a new opportunity for us to grow together and to bond. And so it's healthy to disagree. It's healthy to have different opinions. That doesn't mean we falling apart or pieces. So I just hope that mature couples can look at your relationships and see that we may not be where we need to be, but are we better than we were yesterday? Are we growing? Do we still like each other? Can we ride together in the car 2 hours? And do we have cabin fever? Those kinds of things are very, very vital and important. And then are we better together?
Yeah.
I shouldn't go downhill because you're in my life now. My life should be better all the way around in every facet. And
Yeah.
so yeah, we were experiencing that.
Yeah. And you know what? I appreciate
And I'm
that.
not
And that-
scared to say it. And sometimes you know, and I get on my married couples about that because we are scared to say it. If it's
yeah.
good, say it's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put a
Yeah.
smile on your face. It's nothing wrong. Well, last time I did that, you know, the bottom fell out. Or last time I got excited, it's love is all in. We all in. And
That's good stuff.
and
That's good stuff.
and that's what makes, you know, even the happier times better because we're all in.
All
And
in.
it's sad when we can't enjoy the happy times of relationships and love and marriage because we're thinking about well, what could go wrong,
Yeah.
and we're missing and robbing ourselves of a great season. So
Yeah. And man, I appreciate, and you know, I never know how these conversations are gonna go. That's why I try to be as organic as possible. Really, I do.
yeah,
I don't have a plan. I ain't gonna lie, I don't have a plan
yeah,
for Saturday night, and I won't have one. You know, I really won't.
good.
But this is my thing, because you of course I'm talking to singles, and most of because a
Yeah,
lot of us are stuck on start. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? We're arguing over 50-50. We're arguing over who's the prize. We're arguing over what's gender roles. We're arguing over things, and and see we're stuck on start, but they
yeah,
don't realize that even in marriages you have similar issues. Not
absolutely,
necessarily 50-50 because we just know the bills got to be paid. Not
absolutely.
necessarily, who's the prize, because we know the prize is a relationship, what we're trying to produce, but we have our issues. And I want people to understand that. And you said you're in year 9 and you're still going through these things. I
Yeah,
reference Avery all the time, and Avery said it was year 18 before he figured it out,
yeah,
and a lot of us are aborting the mission in year 1, 2, and 3 because it wasn't the idea or the figment of the imagination that I thought it
yeah,
was going to be. There's going to be some moments where we have to struggle. And here's the thing, the perception is a powerful tool, right?
yes,
Yeah. I like to believe that I've gone through everything I've gone through for a purpose, but I've never said that I was struggling through it. I said I was struggling to it. and because I've always believed that God wouldn't have showed me the dreams that he showed me, right? He wouldn't have shown me. A lot of times I knew what the end looked like before I knew what the process looked like, right? But
right.
because if he didn't show me the end, I probably would have aborted somewhere in the process. And I think some of us don't see ourselves 50 years married.
We don't.
Sometimes we don't see ourselves 20 years married. We
Right.
see ourselves until the first bit of adversity comes. And then we say, oops, I'm hurt. You
That's
stepped
right.
on my toe. Ouch, I'm out.
That's right.
You pulled the Band-Aid off too hard. Oh, you knew that was gonna hurt. Bro, come
Yeah.
on, man.
Yeah.
So
That's interesting. I had a couple that I was talking to, and he complained. He said, she changed. She this and all of this. And I said, so what's the problem? Oh, the problem is she's changed, but you haven't.
yeah,
So relationships and marriages is a lifetime of evolvement
evolving
and rediscovery.
rediscovering.
I mean, you reinvent yourself, or else it's gonna get boring.
Still,
You reinvent yourself, and we're not just talking about cosmetic wise. We're talking about personalities, things of that nature. We go through different stages and different desires and different wants, and that
Yeah.
stuff changes.
it does.
Even some people talk about the love language and things like that. Don't get just fixed on a certain love language. It
The love language,
changes.
it changes. It does. It does.
And we have to be in tune with our partner and in the season that we're in to know when to change and when to shift so that we can always get the best out of each other.
Man, that's good stuff. Dr. David Dedrick at University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. I remember 1990. I was a young freshman and took biology with Dr. Dedrick. And on that first day of class, he asked us a very specific question, OJ. He said,
Mhm.
what makes us human beings? And everybody wanted to be smart. We got the skeletal system and the circulatory system and the respiratory system, all these things. And he said, no, what makes us human beings is our abilities to adapt.
Yes.
And as we evolve, We should adapt. One of my favorite sayings is every day I become a little more me. Every day. Every day I become, and I'm going to be more me tomorrow than I was yesterday because of the experience that I experienced on the day, right? Man, have you read the book by Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now?
Power of Now. Yes, I have.
Yeah. Doc, you know, and he said something in that book about so many of us are fixated on our past and so are fixated on our futures that we don't want to really recognize the power of now. You know what I'm saying?
We rob ourselves of the present moment.
Yeah. Oh, that's it right there. Because we don't want to go through what we're going through. So everybody's always looking for next instead of learning how to embrace now. And when I learn how to, this is good. When I really learn how to embrace now, then next and everything else is just a byproduct of what I've gone through today.
And you get rid of anxiety, you get rid of worry,
man,
because we are in the moment. And that's hard for some people to do, particularly if you've gone through traumatic experiences and things like that. I don't want to be insensitive, but we have to train ourselves to be in the now, be present for one another, because if we don't, we rob ourselves of the gift. The gift, what's the gift? The gift is of now, the gift of time, the gift that we cherish the moment. But we keep looking up next month, next week. And you know, I worked
last week and last week and last week and last year and the last relationship, you know, the last time, you know,
everything.
And
you know, I work in hospice chaplaincy. And the hardest part about seeing people at the end, the fourth quarter of their life, is they have that look on their face. I should have spent more time with my family. I should have gone to Mexico. I should have done it. And they're sitting there saying this stuff. And you know, we hear that when we see that all the time. People, you know, retire and say, I need to spend more time with my family. Well, now you too old now to do anything. So don't rob one another of the prime years and the time that God has given us, because we are so enamored, like you said, with futuristic and I got to get to my destiny and what we're looking like later on, and we missing moments right now.
And you know what, man, and this is the perfect segue, and I appreciate you for hanging out with me. You know, I know when you put that Baptist finger up when you got to go, because we're gonna have fun tonight. I got some, my crowd knows I give them a little substance in the beginning, then we kind of move on in the future. Listen, it was a particular, because one thing I really hate, and I appreciate you for that now thing, and you know the way that evolved, especially being present together, because you said we do this together. Especially because if we understand 1 + 1 in marriage is not 2, it's 1 × 1. We're more one of us, because of the way the formula works, right? And so when we get to those points, we don't fight and argue over trivial things,
right?
You know what I'm saying? I want you to look at this video, man, because one thing if the weaker mind is subject to so much bad advice. You know what? I'm very careful on this platform. Phoenicia, you see her. Phoenicia, she said, "Hey, OJ," a minute ago. Phoenicia Mosley.
Hey, Phoenicia, that's my classmate.
Yeah, Phoenicia is a therapist, right? So she's one that's very present on the show. So she's very active, and you know, so I use her gifting. And Rayfield Evans, you know, he's a therapist. So I try to get people to come in who are trained in those areas. Because I tell people I don't want to give you a right answer or a wrong answer. I just want to give you a relevant answer, something that works for you, right? And that's more so helping you figure out whatever that answer is. I'm James. I'm not Jesus. It starts with J, ends with S, but I'm definitely not omniscient and don't want to claim those attributes. I refuse to do it. But I try to be cautious about what advice I give. And when I hear bad advice, I'll call it out. I shared this video a couple of weeks ago on my platform, but I want to get your advice. I mean, I want to get your take on it.
Sure.
It's talking about gender roles. But watch this, man. This is crazy. And just give me your assessment of it. But let me put this up for a minute. Y'all in the chat. First of all, thank y'all. Keep talking to each other, y'all. OJ's here. He'll be there Saturday night along with his wife in Little Rock. but he jumped on tonight to say hello. Y'all keep talking. Let's talk, and I want y'all's assessment of this video that I'm about to play. Some of y'all saw me play it a couple of weeks ago, but I'm gonna play it again because I want to get OJ's take on it as well. Here we go.
All right.
What whole thing?
Topic? Why don't the women want to cook and clean for the men anymore?
Because they're tired, bro. They have to go to work every day. That's not hard.
They're tired?
Yeah, they got to go to work every day, just like you.
What are they tired of?
Of working. It's not hard. I mean, I shouldn't even be like, I don't even understand the question. Like, they're tired. Aren't you tired when you get home from work?
They're working every day, so they're tired. That's why I don't want to cook or clean.
Yeah. You think I want to work 8 hours and then come home and then cook and clean? I mean, I do it because I have to. I have 5 children. But yeah, I mean.
Do you have a woman right now?
What's that?
Do you have a woman right now?
I've been married for over 20 years.
Okay. Does your wife work?
Yeah, absolutely.
What are the roles in a marriage?
What are you talking about, roles? Everybody does what they have to do.
Well, okay, what do you do? What does she do?
For a living?
No, in the house for the marriage. What do you guys do? What are your roles?
Role? I don't understand the question. She does what needs to be done that day if she has time to do it, and if she doesn't, I do it. I do what needs to be done that day, and if I don't have time to do it, she does it. But roles, I don't know what
how do you not know what roles are in a marriage? You're married for 20 years. You guys don't have any roles?
Exist. Because those don't exist. Like, I'm not white. I'm not a white Christian man. I don't.
What are you talking about? I'm not white. What does that have to do with anything?
Oh, because you're trying to live up to like some white supremacist ideal of the
what are you talking
family.
about?
I don't subscribe.
Nobody
to
said
that.
nothing about no supremacy.
Teamwork makes the dream work, friend. We a team. Ain't no roles.
What do you mean there ain't no roles?
It's not that hard to understand. You said, why do women not want to cook and clean? They're tired. They have to go to work.
Okay.
I answered that question.
Okay.
You said, what are your roles? I said, we're a team.
If there's something that needs to be built in the house, who builds it? You or your wife?
Depends on what it is.
What do you mean depends on what it is?
Like if it's a toy for the kids, you know what I'm saying? My wife's better at putting stickers on, so she builds it. But if we're talking about
that's not building nothing, man.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Stickers on something, you've lost it.
It's still a task. But my wife's an interior designer, so she can build anything.
I ain't got time for no foolishness. He gone.
Yeah, that's enough. That's enough of that. That's enough of that. That's enough. Did you see that, man? But that's a cat online that has a podcast and that has a following. And people will listen to him, right?
Yeah.
But listen, he's telling a dude who's been married 20 years that obviously has something working in his marriage that it's not working. And we single. You gotta be happy you married out here, partner.
I don't know. He was very defensive though. Yeah. You know. So if what I have is working, it's working. It's working. My only thing, and we talk about this in premarital counseling. Most people try to emulate the relationship of their parents and grandparents, and that is not transferable to 2024 society and the realities of economics and the demands on a household. I don't think roles and labels are a bad thing.
Okay.
As long as the lines are dotted.
Yeah.
Meaning we have to be versatile. We have to be, as for example, men, we have to be more than just providers. We have to be emotional providers. We have to be housekeepers. We have to do laundry now. We have to maintain the house.
Yeah.
We have to help the kids with homework. We have to do some of those things that have been typically reserved for just the woman to do.
Mhm.
And so we do have to be versatile. The problems that I see and encounter with a lot of men, we have what's called locker room sessions and things like this,
Mhm.
is we have men that are on the brink of exhaustion, mentally, physically, sexually, financially, in ruins because they do everything.
Yeah.
And that's everything, all caps. And that's not functional. That's not the plan. That's not helping us as a whole, the household as a whole. Which what this means again, what I'm saying is in terms of labels, everybody's gonna have to help.
Exactly.
The children gonna have to get up out of their room and turn the tablet off. They're gonna have to help clean up.
No doubt.
The spouses too. Everyone, we're gonna have to realize what's gonna work best. Or are our schedules so demanding that we need to hire housekeeping?
Yeah.
That's just the realities of 2024. And we can have the principles of what our grandparents had, where a grandfather brought the bacon home, she cooked it, but the principle is, yeah, she may be the primary cook, he may be the primary cooks. Some men love the kitchen better, more so than the woman.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just what's going to work best in our relationship to where we are as much invested in the house. I don't want to say use the term equally, but there's a problem if I'm exhausted by 6 p.m. and you still got energy to do all this and everywhere and all of that. There's something wrong. That's not functional for the long term. And let me say this, we throw around a lot, everybody got to do what works for them. Sometimes what couples are doing though doesn't work for them long term.
Mm-hmm.
You can drive on tires that are out of alignment, but let it storm, let it rain, and you're more susceptible to hydroplaning or causing if the environment gets hot, the road gets hot, you're gonna wear your tires down more. So what I'm
Yeah.
saying is we cannot make dysfunctional behaviors functional.
Absolutely.
Oh, just because it worked, then that must be the plan for our life. No, we need to have a plan that's going to help bring out the best out of all of us.
It goes back also to what you said earlier, though.
Yeah.
It goes back, and I ain't mean to cut you off like that. I apologize.
No, you're fine.
No, but I'm almost of the opinion that you all, and I'm pushing back a little bit, and I do that every now and
Yeah.
then.
Oh, do it. Facilitate. Yeah.
I think you do have to do what works for you, because you have to do it to know it didn't work. But then here it is. Once you do it and know that it didn't work, then as you said, here comes the evolving, because now we recognize we're mature enough to say, hey, this ain't working. It's time to correct course. It's time to make an adjustment. It's time to change, right? So I get it. I think a lot of times I personally believe that the greatest enemy of originality is the template. And I think so many of us want to use hold on, my computer's about to go out. So many times we use templates because we, like you said, we looked at grandmama and them. Hold on. Oh, they're there quick. There we go. All right, you still there? Okay. We use grandmama and them. We look at everybody else's relationship. We looked at Bill and Heathcliff. Heathcliff and Claire Forever. We looked at Carl and whatever her name was, Miss Winslow. For a long time on Family Matters. We had imagery of what marriages look like. Right. We don't have any of that anymore, OJ. We don't have that anymore. We don't have. When Obama went out of office, though, that was the last example. For us, unless we're gonna use Denzel and whatever his wife's name is, but he want to keep his out of the limelight, So we don't have the models that we used to have, right? So sometimes I think there is a trial and error. I think trial and error has to be accounted for, if you will.
Right.
But then the
Right.
adjustment has to be made when that time comes. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, OJ. You hold that thought. Listen, this is not just a dialogue between OJ and I. You all are welcome to chime in. The phone number is right there, 404-860-2775. The link is in the chat if you want to come on video. But he's going to be there on Saturday night. We're going to probably have about a 30, 45-minute segment, somewhere in that range. And we're going to ask questions. We're going to talk all that. If you have questions for him now, feel free to do that. But we're talking about gender roles right now. And he's saying it's not a bad thing. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of think OJ talked in a circle a little bit because he said that he said gender roles, but he didn't say define gender roles. He didn't say the woman has to do this, the woman has to do that. The woman, he said things just need to be done. And I'm just joking with you, OJ. Don't be mad at me. OJ can fight y'all. So if he hit me in my face, I'm calling the police. And look, right, he got to preach Sunday morning, so he cannot be in jail overnight because they might not get him out of jail.
And James, you said it, man. What's interesting is, I have couples in premarital counseling, and that's one of the questions I just throw out. What's the typical day going to be like? How we're going to take care of dinner? Who's helping the children with their homework, etc. And you would be surprised at the jumbled answers that we have not really experienced or thought these particular things through. So I would again recommend that whatever plan you have, as he said, that you have a time where, yes, you implement it, but you need to also have a time where we come back to say, is this working? Because what we see is people just implement something and say, we're going to do what works for us. And honey, it's not working. Y'all, even in finances, how you do finances and things like that, it's not working. If we're both not being helped and growing, and then our plan isn't working. And so I salute, there are some couples that can hurry up and change a plan.
Yeah. And
then there are some who a year or two down the road, then they'll make a change on how they do things. So you just have to really sometimes have some frank conversations. Is this working?
Yeah.
And you have to be honest enough to say, no, it's not working, or it is working. I think it's working, or whatever. Maybe we can tweak some things. But like you said, you have to keep constantly reevaluating your relationship in every facet, or else things can get out of alignment and it'll be too late before you realize it. And then they come to counseling and they say, well, he never said anything. She never said anything.
They don't talk like that, do they?
Man.
What? Wow. But no, real talk, man. I appreciate that for real, bro. I mean, how you looking on time? I mean, before I start talking about something.
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, good. All right, cool. Miss Milton said she agrees with you. She said when you live in dysfunction, you think that your situation is working for you, but it's really not. Because let's see what Phoenicia said. For a relationship to work, couples have to be willing to adjust where needed. If you remain the same in year 20 as you in year 2, it likely will not be a happy marriage / relationship.
Right. And you said it earlier. You said it earlier, James. Couples need to befriend other couples. I'm not talking about a whole bunch of couples.
You have been listening to my show, haven't you? Have been listening to me.
What helps couples is just being with a small group that you can be accountable to, and that helps tweak those things when you can have people to give advice that you value, and advice that, because they're vested in you as well. We want to see you all succeed. We want to see you all happy, so they're going to be honest with you.
Hold on, bro. I gotta do this right quick. Let me real fast, because you just shouted me a little bit. And you don't even realize you did it, but you just shouted. Hold on.
Lord. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Oh.
Because the thing is that I want to bring couples who want to be good influences on marriages.
Yeah.
I see people who seem to talk about marriage like a bad thing, like don't do it.
Right.
I have so many married dudes that be coming on my platform arguing with single women, and I be wishing I could take my metaphorical foot and kick them dead off in their ass and tell them to get off my stage, man, for real. Because bro, be like, shut up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I appreciate you for saying that, having those around you who can empower you. Look at Alicia. Alicia said, I never worked anything out. I just chunked the deuces after a certain amount of time. I'm on another frequency though now. And that's good. She's saying she's growing up. You know what I'm saying? Because if we have people who give good advice in those bad situations, I was talking to one lady one time, and I get research from y'all, man. I ain't gonna lie. That's where I get my research from. I get it from y'all. And then when we're in these inbox, I'm really not flirting up for you. I'm learning. I'm trying to figure this out. I had one woman tell me about another woman that both Facebook friends. She said, I probably would have kept my relationship if I wouldn't have listened to her.
That is, when I tell you, one of the things in ministry that has hurt, that I feel for people, and that is people who have received bad advice from people that they trusted and they loved.
Wow.
Sometimes you can be too close to people for them to give you the necessary advice.
Say that again. Hold on.
Sometimes you can be too close to people to give you the necessary advice that you need to hear.
Oh Lord.
Well, that's good stuff. Sometimes you can be too close.
Yes.
To give them the necessary advice.
Yes.
Because you can't look at it unbiased.
Right.
That's good stuff, OJ.
And that's if we're trying to make it work now. If you just trying to be right and you trying to be, you winning 65-0 in the argument section, then go ahead. Keep listening to your BFFs and all those. But if you really trying to master and be proficient in this thing, sometime, guess what? Sometime you wrong.
Yeah.
Sometime I'm wrong. And the quicker we can realize that and make amends and figure out where our error is, it's because it still takes some time to kind of change some habits and behaviors and things like that. The quicker we can get to a better place in our relationship.
Boy, you blessing me tonight. Let me do one more quick video. This one ain't gonna take that long.
Go ahead.
There's bad advice out there.
Yes.
There's also good advice.
Yes.
Like I said, we do this whole who's the prize, and and everybody wants to act like you're catering to me or you cater. If you want me, you got to do this and that. And I do. I understand that. So you don't have to give me a disclaimer.
Can I say this too? And I'm gonna tell you some advice that for me wasn't bad. Some advice that I want to give people that I hear is always bad.
What's that?
And it may turn into a book. There's nothing wrong with a rebound relationship.
Save that for Saturday night. We're gonna talk about that. No, save that. That's what I want to talk about Saturday night, bro. Go ahead. Give me a snippet.
I'm just gonna say,
don't talk too much though.
You can score off the rebound.
Hold on. Hold on. I gotta do this.
Oh Lord.
Well, hold on. That's a good place for a break right there. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. That's a good place for a break. Hey, y'all, Saturday night, if y'all make it, this is going to be our special guest. Hold on 1 second.
And I don't know what to think. The bartender bring a double shot of the Hennessy. They even know my favorite drink. And they know I got a woman. And we're doing fine. But every time they see us, they can't keep it off their mind. And it's strange when you finally find a girl. That's when everybody wants you back. Nobody told me that when you finally find love, that's when everybody wants you back. I'm not saying I'm a cheat.
Oh my bad. I'm still. Hey yo. Oh hey, but Roosevelt gonna be in the house Saturday night, man. I'm looking for. You know, we watched Roosevelt grow up, man. So Roosevelt,
Yeah.
Deshaun Harris is gonna be in the house, and I can't wait for that one.
Hey, he got some wisdom.
Yeah.
And I know he knows it, but man, that brother got some wisdom and have been through some things. I can tell the people that's really gone through some things because I mean, if you're in a better place, why not help somebody else get the better place? Why not share your wounds, your scars, and say, hey, I did this, it didn't work, or I tried this, didn't work.
All right, let me say this right quick, and then we're gonna pivot. Hold on, let me say this one right quick. Like I said, it's bad advice out there. It's also good advice. Now, that whole who's the prize thing, I'm sick of that one. You know what I'm saying? And I get it if you feel that way. You've been taught that way. I get it. This is the best advice I've heard about who the prize is. Let's listen to her right quick.
You know what I'm sick of seeing? That debate about who's the prize. Men are not the prize. Women are not the prize. And if someone has to be the prize, then your partner is supposed to be the prize. You guys are supposed to be a prize for each other. That little bond y'all share, that relationship, that's the prize. It's always been the prize. There's hardly anything you can give your partner or do for your partner or be for your partner that they can't find or get or do for themselves or get from someone else. Like next to nothing. Probably gonna hurt to hear it. But most of us are very much replaceable. But we don't all share a bond with every other person we meet or come across. The bond y'all have together has always been the prize. I don't get why that's so confusing or hard to understand. Sick of seeing it.
Boy, that's the best advice I have heard in a long time.
Wow.
If that's not plain, because man, she said everybody's replaceable. Wow. And you're gonna talk about that a little bit Saturday night when you talk about that rebound piece. I ain't even asked for it, you offered it. You know what I'm saying? You know, so
and even with that, because marriage is not the pinnacle of what we're trying to do. And that's why many relationships go downhill after or have honeymoon blues, because so now what do we do? We walk down the aisle, we said I do. So now what?
He's killing me with that one. Marriage is not the pinnacle of what we okay. Yeah. I'm dead.
And you know, what's shocking is the number of people that really psychologically prepare like that. Is like, I done made it now. I don't have to communicate anymore. I don't have to listen or anything like that. I can just do my own thing. Why? Because I's married now. And it's just disheartening to say the least, because it's such a beautiful thing when it's working properly and functioning properly, and we feed off of each other and push each other and go out in the world and conquer and have great successes and come home and share those successes and things like that. But when it's bad, or when we're stubborn, when we don't want to change, don't want to grow, when we let ourselves go, like she was talking about the prize, man, the prize is the bond, but the prize changes too, because it's the hunt too. It's okay. I won her heart, but now I got to win it again. You know, those things change. We're still trying to find each other and love each other and grow together as well. So,
yeah, that's good stuff, man. That's real good stuff. So y'all hear what he just said, right? And listen, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna do something right now. First person to inbox me, I'll give away a free ticket, a general admission ticket to Saturday night's event. If you want to come, if you're in Little Rock, if you can make it to Little Rock Saturday night. And you want to come, inbox me right now. Let me open up my Facebook page because I'm not in it right now. I'm opening it up. First person to inbox me, I will give you a ticket. And if you already won a ticket, don't inbox me again. I'm just joking. Because I know somebody will. But tell them to inbox me. But whoever's on this line right now, that's who I need. First person to inbox me. I already got about a couple of, but no, first person. The other person that's asking me, we'll talk soon. But first person, I know. You ain't have to testify out loud. I wasn't gonna tell nobody who you were. That was She ain't got no. You gonna be at least you probably gonna make the stage Saturday night. I ain't gonna lie, because I know you super transparent. So you probably gonna not because OJ, I'm pulling the panel, the final panel. I'm pulling that out the crowd. I'm not even gonna. Yeah, I want that to be as organic as possible. So that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be super fun. She said, I don't care. That's what I like about you. I hear you. But hey, if don't nobody else want to inbox and get that ticket, then I'll make sure you get it, Alicia. But I'm trying to give it to somebody who's online listening right now. But I appreciate you for real, because like you said, you've been going up and down that road and you're coming back for this event, and I appreciate y'all. So we're gonna make that happen. We're gonna make that happen. So OJ, it's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be really, really good. I'm looking forward to it. I got a lot of people who are also looking forward to it. I sold all my VIP tickets. Now people have been moving a little slow on the general admission tickets, but I feel like all of those gonna come in at the last minute. I noticed today I had a couple of people. I see my bishop just popped in. But a lot of people are gonna come in towards the end, and I appreciate that. But listen, while we got people online right now, can I do something right quick? I want to make a quick announcement, okay? Hold on, I'm gonna make this announcement. Hold on. I want to make this announcement real quick. It's been a long time coming, but I just want to make this announcement. Here it is. Yeah, I actually my breath was just taken away from me just a little bit because I'm about this announcement, because I'm super proud of this, but here it is.
Intellectual stew. Intellectual stew with James Kirkland.
Powerful and provocative, prophetic and practical.
Intellectual stew.
So there it is. It's done. My book is done.
So are you still on the couch, Doc?
No, I'm up, Doc. I got to look back. And look, you know what the good part about it is? Guess what? I got a new couch.
Oh.
And when they came and dropped off the old couch, when they came and picked up the new couch, when they came to drop off the new couch, they took the old couch down the stairs. I don't even know where they took it to. I didn't even inquire if they dropped it off at the dumpster, around the corner, anywhere. None of that. I got a new couch, Doc. So for those that, my book is finally finished, and it chronicles my experiences after my divorce. And I went through a season of depression. I went through a season of where I was stuck, literally stuck on the couch. And I went through, and I'm going to talk about the experiences that got me on the couch. Talk about my metaphorical mirror moment, where I had my epiphany and came to myself. But there was one constant through that whole experience, Doc. And you know what that constant was? God never left my side. And it's something, some people love to talk about that juniper tree. But what I discovered is that angels speak at juniper trees, but God speaks in caves. And so my cave was my couch. And at a certain point, that small whisper was like, yeah,
Kirkland.
Yeah. And so I was trying to have it, for people to have it available on hand on Saturday. Unfortunately, I won't be able to get them until Monday, in my hand until Monday. But I will make them available for anybody who wants to pre-order those. I have the QR code and all that stuff set up by the end of the week, and you'll be able to purchase those. And as soon as they come in, I will make sure I mail those out. But that's my experience, Doc. And yeah, you'll read it. Yeah, angels speak in juniper tree, and juniper trees are good. You really do the research on that pine needle, because that pine needle, it acts like a female contraceptive. And see, female contraceptives keep babies from being produced. So if you get stuck under a juniper tree and mess around and get something like a female contraceptive, and you call yourself got a vision, how it's gonna go forth if you got something that's blocking the pregnancy? Never mind, I'm done. But if I could just get to the cave. Because see, some say he spoke, there was a whirlwind.
Uh-huh.
And there was all this other stuff, but then all of a sudden God spoke in a small whisper.
Mm-hmm.
I heard him, dog.
Beautiful.
That's why I said I'm living. So if y'all stuck on the couch, that's my piece right there. I was stuck. S2 no, I'm definitely not still on the couch. But definitely that's why I was. I think somebody asked that question. Yeah. So yeah, so that's where we are. So I'm looking forward to doing that on Saturday. Thank you all. Those I want mine on the 15th of May. Okay, we'll make that happen. We'll make that happen. They'll be made available real soon. So I wanted to make that announcement because my platform is growing with me, and I appreciate it. It's growing slow. You know, I didn't want it to grow too fast because that's like swelling, and I don't want everything to rush to one place. You know, I wanted to. Sometimes stuff got to fall off. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust everybody. I'm kind of strong. You know, so God is sending me just who He needs to send me. And that's cool. But OJ, I've held you for 55 minutes. I'm gonna let you go. I ain't gonna so I know you got a wife you gotta go talk to. She's probably saying, "What you doing?" No, I'm just playing. Yeah. But 6 o'clock is when the reception starts on Saturday, if you're able to make a reception.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you, James, for having me.
Alicia teaching me about my book. She said, "Stuck as you can't move." I was stuck. If you, I know you. Hold on, you couldn't see it good. but what the title actually said was stuck on the couch, but I got up. That was a subtopic. You will see it. She teaching me. I appreciate you, Alicia. I appreciate you teaching me my life, what I lived. I appreciate that, sweet. Out in just a moment. Here comes my cussing out in just one moment. 4, 3, 2. Oh Lord. Listen, that's why you can't. You know how we say you can't make me doubt him. I know too much about. You can't tell me nothing about my life, bro. And you know, OJ, I'm gonna say this one more thing, and I'm gonna leave it alone. I say this one more thing. I'm done. I'm gonna say this one more thing. You know what saved my life? You know how you know when my stress level went down?
When?
The more my middle finger went up.
Woo!
What were you saying, sir? What were you saying, sir?
I wasn't saying anything.
Thank you, James. Y'all, we're not through. When he gets off, we're gonna talk about some more. We're gonna talk about one more thing. I just don't want him to be a part of this next conversation. I want him to be saved the rest of the night. So we're gonna have a little more fun.
That's what y'all do during the wedding ceremonies. That the pastor got to announce I'm leaving, and then the music changed, everything changed. So that's all right. But thank you for having me tonight, man. I appreciate it. Look forward to Saturday.
Yeah, I hope you ain't offended because they're gonna be drinking and hanging out and having a good time. So
it's not offensive to me.
Okay, cool. Because I had to cut somebody. Never mind. I'll talk to you next time, my friend. All right.
Okay.
Let me get it out. Yeah. All right. So that was Dr. OJ, man, and I appreciate it. We're gonna have a good time with him on on Saturday night. So y'all be there, man. 6 o'clock is when if you have a VIP ticket. The VIP reception starts at 6 o'clock. It ends at 6:45. We're going to open the doors. I haven't cleared this yet, but let's open the doors around 6:30, 6:40 for the general admission. And probably around 7:05 is when we'll start recording. So I need you to be on time because we will be recording. Listen, I am not streaming it live. I know you have books in you, Alicia. I believe that. Set it up, Conjure. Set it up. But I need you all to be there on time because we will be recording. We're not streaming live, but we are recording, and we'll share the replay later at a later date. But I want us to be there on time. Look, now I want to talk about one more story, and like I said, there's a whole lot of cliche stuff out here that people are doing, and I'm gonna need somebody to call in. And we're not pointing the finger. We're not going to start a competitivism. We're not going to start fighting and arguing all that. Y'all know I don't do that here. But some of these statements out here are just ridiculous. I talked about it a few minutes ago about the cliches and the bad advice and all this type of thing. But I ran across this video, this story earlier this week, and I put it in the group. If you're not a part of Stu Nation, the followers of the Intellectual Stu podcast, you should be. It's a private group, and I had to do that because people had started sharing some not so pleasant things in the group. So I got to be able to monitor that. So that's why it's private. But I don't censor anyone unless you're doing porn or something like that. But I don't censor you. We can talk about anything as long as you have a rationale. We can talk about it. But this is what I want to talk about. This whole, I femininity and soft girl era, and I love all those things. But now they're talking about a soft boy era. Are y'all kidding? Is that what I heard? For real? Somebody's talking about a soft boy era. Now, this is what it said. Ronnie C, somebody said, a young lady I'm dating called while I was at the bar having a drink. She asked, by yourself? And I said, yeah. She says, I love that for you, and proceeds to tell me about her day. That's what they said. Later, I had to tell her that we weren't going to work. If I tell you I'm at a bar and you don't cash app me for at least one of my drinks, if you don't cash app me for at least one of my drinks, that's what he said, then why are you here? I mean, it's Houston, so I don't expect you to pop up and pay, but you could at least put something on my meal. It's giving broke, sis. In this hashtag soft guy era, if a young lady can't be an asset and contribute to my life, I would not give her the access. So I told her to take her broke ass on somewhere and leave space for a real woman to come into my life. I'm not having it. Drizzle. Yeah. Do I need to read that again, or y'all got it? Oh, he want a man. Do I need to read it again? He said, if I tell you I'm at a, no, in this song, if a young lady can't be an asset and contribute to my life, I will not give her the access. So I told her to take her broke ass on somewhere and leave space for a real woman to come into my life. I'm not having it. Do y'all think that post is real? Real talk, honestly, because I know a lot of people put stuff out there for clickbait. Y'all do too. Y'all know that. Y'all know people put that. She said, hell no. Because I ain't gonna lie, I've had people, that I met online, and I had somebody, Alicia, one time ask me to send them lunch money. And I sent them $20. And when I sent $20, they told me that wasn't enough. What you eating for lunch? And I really didn't even know the person like that. But I sent $20. And when I sent that $20 for lunch, they told me that wasn't enough. I'm like, what you getting? Appetizers and drinks and what I mean? Because I know we live in this brunch society. Yeah, that's where I'm at, Sandra. I know we live in this brunch society. Everybody want to get dressed up and go, because y'all skip church. So y'all go to breakfast / lunch and call it brunch and have mimosas. And I remember back in the day, we used to have good ones in Atlanta. Boy, went back when Justin's was open. I ain't gonna say Diddy's restaurant, but Justin's was open back in the day. Now you can go in there and pay $20, $25 and get a buffet. I'm sure it's a lot more expensive than it is now. There you go, Phoenicia. Here we go. Because him doing that was being cynical. I don't care what. I don't think no man I know now. I ain't gonna lie, these boys are a little bit different. They built a little bit different than we were built back in the day. I ain't gonna lie, because there's no way in the world I would have asked a woman for something like that. But I have seen people. I've seen a lot of women ask make those requests of men, because y'all remember was it last week or week before last? What old boy tell y'all a couple of weeks ago? What did he tell y'all? What did he say? When I said nigga,
wants you, make him pay $50,000, and if he can't afford $50,000 up front, set up a payment plan. If he says, "Hello, what's your name?" $50,000. Hey, can you cook me some food? $50,000.
Yeah. So people out here hollering this 50,000 stuff. Now, old boy at the bar, and he's saying, well, if she can't pay, at least send me a drink. I mean, We stuck on start. I say we stuck on start, but a lot of us aren't even getting in the starting blocks. Okay, Sandra, hold on. Let me do this for Sandra. I'm not ready to hoop this time, but I just want to give Sandra one of these right here because I really appreciate her for what she just said. Hold on, where is it at? Where is it behind that preposition? There it is. Thank you, Sandra. I appreciate that. She didn't point the finger at the other sex. She said these are not real men and real women. Ain't nobody thinking like that. Emmanuel, would that's just a part of me that's just, if the check comes, man, lead it, put it on my side, because if I invited you out, I'm paying. I mean, regardless, that's just what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna happen. I mean, that's just what's gonna happen. Phoenicia said, I think this reality TV era has a lot to do with people in this delusional mindset. It does. It does, because everybody wants, kids imitate kids, and people, and we imitate other people, and we want other people's lifestyles. As OJ and I were just talking about a minute ago, a lot of us aren't comfortable living in our nows. So because we're not comfortable living in the now, we're looking forward to next, because we want to get out of our present reality. We want to get out of our present situation. Huh? He said you were 40. Yeah, I was 49,000. She said, yeah, if I had to call her 50,000, $49,980 short, I absolutely was. And I'll be short if that's what it takes. But, and I appreciate it. Alicia said $20 would have been enough for her. Yeah. Yeah. It's just, but we're in a different society. This fella is, man, I said, Emmanuel, do you think it's real? Do you think that was just for clickbait? Because I mean, if I could figure out how to write a post like that and get it to go viral, I probably would do it too, just to get, but I wouldn't have those expectations. Now, have I gone out before and had women pay for my meal or pay for whatever time not the time we spent together, but for whatever the date, and I've had them do that before. And I'd be like, hold on, no, I got this. No, I got this. They'd be like, no, I invited you. We're good. I'm like, okay. And I went through a string like that one time. I started asking people, hell, am I broke? Do I look broke or something like that? People keep trying to help me out. I didn't know what was going on at a particular moment, but I don't know. But I just don't understand this whole soft boy. I don't want nothing about me being too soft. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to walk around with hard feet, and my hands are pretty, I've never done a whole lot of hard manual labor. So having not done a whole lot of manual labor, my hands are probably pretty soft, so, but as far as soft mentality, where I want a woman to take care, that I think have the expectations that a woman is supposed to buy my drink or she's supposed to, no, that ain't I don't think real men are looking for that. There you go. Deborah Christopher. Absolutely. Deborah Christopher said, so many people think they're entitled, but that's this society. And Deborah Chris, you know what's so funny about that? That'll be people who make $40,000 a year and think that's some money. And I'm not knocking you. Do your thing. You got a job. Thank God for your job, and you live within your means and live within your budget. But if you make $40,000 a year, but you're expecting $300,000 worth of treatment, I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair. I saw a video yesterday, and a guy encouraged women that whatever restaurant a gentleman is taking you to, at least have enough money in your pocket to take care of your meal in case something were to happen, because you're trying to get people to, to do things that you don't normally do. And vice versa. Coy, sometimes she's co-host with me. She tells a story of a gentleman that took her out to dinner one time. And she said when he got out there and when they handed the bill out, he started sweating because he didn't have enough money. The bill was over $200 and he didn't have enough money. So she ended up, having to pay the rest of the bill. Now, brothers, let me just give you a little free game. If a woman, first of all, don't just ask what your favorite restaurant is. Ask what your favorite 3 restaurants are, and kind of, and then after you get the favorite 3 restaurants, then they have this thing in life called Google. and you can Google the menu. Now, some fine dining restaurants don't have the price on the menu. If they don't have the price on the menu, it's probably expensive. And you might want to, if you're not in a certain tax bracket, you might want to avoid those restaurants. Okay. I'm just giving you a little free game. Now, if you look at the menu and you see how much steaks and, and just assume she probably gonna get some scrimp. I said scrimp on purpose. Just assume the worst. And if you don't have enough to cover a couple of drinks, you might not want to choose that restaurant. But in that instance, he chose the wrong restaurant. And luckily he had her that was able to pick up where he fell short. But so you have to be careful in those type situations. I go out to eat by myself all the time because I like me. I'm my best friend. All three of us, me, myself, and I, will go and sit down at the bar. I order the strongest Coca-Cola I can get me a nice ribeye with a loaded baked potato minus the chives, and I enjoy myself. But if I chose to have company, then I expect to pay double what I just paid right then, probably a little bit more because she might get a drink. So I have to be prepared for that, right? And as a man, that's what I want to do. I want to take care of that. That's what I want to do. Now, if you decide you want to do something special for me, thank you, Pete. Pete sent us some coins, some stars. That's what it's called. Let me put the. Boy, you just remind me. Let me put this Cash App up because this event ain't cheap. Let me put this event so in case somebody want to sew into the event. And this thing is not cheap. It is the Cash App, the Intellectual Stew, for those who want to sew into this platform. Cash App, the Intellectual Stew. And if you have not bought your tickets yet, you can also Cash App us at the Intellectual Stew. But what I need you to do is $20. But what I need you to do when you send us the Cash App is put your email address and your name, or your phone number and your name, and I will have my assistant send you a ticket in a few minutes. Or if you just want to sow a seed into this platform because you like the content and you want to see it grow, feel free, please, ma'am, please, sir, to sow into this platform. Everything is used for the furtherance of what we're trying to do. Now, those who are wondering how much our book is going to be, it's going to be $22.97. I will have, like I said, a QR code here in the next couple of days, or a landing page where you can go and purchase that, or you can get it on my website. I'll probably have it added to the website, but you'll be able to get that. So there it is. Let me see what comment did I miss. Wait until the summer and go on a picnic. That's a long time to wait to go on a date. That's a long time. And picnics, I've seen picnics that can get quite expensive because they have people who will go out and set up picnics in the park, and that's a cool date too. It's a real cool date. Yeah, but you can $200-300. They can bring the blanket, and they'll bring the champagne, and they'll bring the food and all those kinds of things. But we got to figure this thing out. So this old boy talking about, he broke up with her. That wasn't the right one. That wasn't the right one. I think all of us have that person and all of us deserve our own person. My little brother's on him now. I'm so proud of him to watch the young man. He ain't young no more. I'm 51, so he's 46. But to watch how he's becoming. He didn't have a father in his life like that, but now he's become a father, a husband, and is doing a wonderful job. And I couldn't be more proud of watching him grow. And all of us, we it's in us, but we got to get past this bad advice. We got to start to decipher. And we use the term discerning spirit so loosely, like all of us have it, and we don't. That's a spiritual gift, and God gives those gifts to whom he chooses. And so with that being said, but we do have intuition, and we do, and good judgment, and we learn how to learn the consequences and results of our choices. All of those, would you say, never mind for a country out? I'm confused. I mean, I can't. I'll be trying to keep up with y'all's conversations and stay in a certain flow while I'm talking as well. One day, I guess I'm gonna have somebody who does all these, reads the comments for me, and helps to communicate with you all better, and puts those comments on the screen, all those types of things. Emmanuel Thomas, let me put your comment on the screen because you are 100% good. He said, we have to be ready for growth, and growth is not always comfortable. Growth involves growing. And sometimes growing involves growing pains. And growing pains will make you say, ouch. Lifting weights when you first start will make you say, ouch. But if you keep working with the same weight every day, eventually it'll become stronger. As you grow, you become stronger. And guess what? The stuff that used to bother you, it don't bother you anymore. Not like it used to. Because you start to realize I handle that, and I'll handle this. And if I have to handle something else tomorrow, I'll handle that because my track record is good, because I'm growing. And guess what? If you got somebody to grow with, that's a powerful place to be in life. Oh, about the picnic. Okay. I'm going to go on a picnic one of these days. Are you talking about, no, you wouldn't pay $2 or $3? I would pay $300 for a picnic for the right person, because you would have to see what they're offering. I mean, because see, it's not the amount. I think it's sometimes making somebody feel special and talk me and loving them on their love language, because that would be a wonderful act of service. It would. Because you're in the middle of a park with dozens of people, but there you are, and with your special person in the middle of this with a decked out blanket, with champagne, with wine, with me, sparkling water, whatever you have, and everybody on the park is looking and saying, all eyes on me. That person feels special in that moment, man. I'm smiling, kind of thinking about it, because I like making somebody. I would like make somebody smile once I meet the right person, but I would like to see somebody smile like that. Takes work though. What you say, Sandra? It takes a shadow work. Absolutely. Absolutely. You ever seen somebody do shadow boxing? Man, you get tired as I don't know what going 3 minutes. Y'all think 3 minutes, man, that's 180 seconds. But you steadily punching the whole time. And in life, we gotta fight that shadow, man, to become who we're supposed to be. Watch this. To become who we're supposed to be, first of all, for ourselves. Hear me now. First of all, for ourselves. And when we become the very best version of ourselves, then we become better for somebody else. You start to attract the right person. And guess what? When the wrong person comes, they'll just fall off. They will fall off because they can't keep up. Because you ain't putting up with that bull. You're not. You're not. You too grown for that. Too big. But you don't have to be a butthole about it. You don't have to, be any other types of things, female dogs, none of that kind of stuff. You just disconnect. This isn't working. You're a wonderful person. Let me teach you a sandwich technique. So it's a sandwich technique. You start with a compliment. Here you go. You're a wonderful person. You'll make somebody a wonderful spouse one of these days. Unfortunately, there are things that there's the compliment, here's a criticism. Unfortunately, we're just not going to work together. There's some things that you do that I do that don't seem to coincide. Perhaps we're not that compatible. But the good part about it, I did compliment, criticism. Here comes a compliment. I'm making a turn. I'm building a bridge. But here's the good part about it. You will make somebody a wonderful husband one day. And I'm going to continue to work on me so that I'll make somebody a wonderful husband. Does that make sense? Because you got to realize, hey, I'm too grown for this. And I'm telling you, I'm becoming better every day. So there's just certain things I won't put up with at a certain point. Too grown, man. Too grown. Alicia, I'm too grown. I ain't arguing. Now, he said it's healthy to have, and I'll listen to him because he's 9 years in. It's healthy to have good discussions, but when the decibels start to change, words of affirmation is my love language. So you can't use the same words that you use to build me up to tear me down. I don't understand that. My mind can't compute that. The words that you use to build me up, you're gonna use that same mouth to tear me down. I shut down. So we got to find another way to communicate. And I'm open to finding other ways of communicating. That's why Phoenicia and I will have a conversation on. Y'all can eavesdrop, please, on Saturday night. We're going to have a conversation about the rules of communication. How do we get past that person whose love language is words of affirmation? But I don't want to say it, but I'm passionate. Sometimes I raise my voice. Well, you're not talking to your children. I'm not your child. I'm 51. I'm 51. That's what Mike Gundy said. I'm 40. I'm 51 years old. Yeah. Let me see what Miss Milton said. She said, one day this guy said he really liked me. By this time, I really realized he wasn't for me. So I told him that he liked me a lot more than I liked him. Hey, you got, hey, whatever, however you put that Baptist finger up to give the benediction, you got, as long as you gave that benediction. Because just because somebody likes you, you're not obligated to like them back. You're not. You're not. I'm not obligated. We're not. So that's where I'm at. And that's where I'm at. And I'm a hold to it. So I'm, you know, ladies, stay soft. You know, I mean, stay soft. But if you go to the bar, be ready to pay, you know, pay your own tab. If somebody buy you a drink, then that's a blessing. But make sure you ain't putting nothing in it. Because I hear about a whole lot of people getting drugged and Mickeys and all that, waking up places. Yeah, I got to be careful out here. The safest place for me is at home. So I don't go many places. So I'm a Netflix and chill type of dude. Now we can order some food from your favorite restaurant, but I ain't trying. Most stuff happen outside. I ain't trying to get hurt outside. I'm joking. But that's it. I think we've talked long enough tonight. I had fun. But I wanted to come on again because last night I was tired. And I tried. I don't know if I looked disturbed or anything, but I was tired. I was tired. So listen, we're gonna do this. I probably won't go live tomorrow night. If I do, y'all will know about it. But the reason I'm going live so much this week is because of the event on Saturday, because I want everybody to have an opportunity to purchase tickets. All right, see you, Alicia. I'll shoot. Give me that. I'll get that information from you. But the difference is I don't have another VIP. But anybody online right now, I haven't got an inbox yet. If you inbox me, you get a free ticket to the show. With that, I'm gonna give away another free ticket. I'm giving away one already, but I'm gonna give away another free ticket. Anybody who inboxes, here's this, and inboxes me, I'm giving away one more free ticket. It has to be the first person though, and I will make sure that you get your ticket. Okay, so at least send me, if you inbox me, send me your name and your email address or your name and phone number, and I'll make sure you get a ticket. I want people to come. Budget is pretty much met, so I want people to come. So come now. Like I said, there the Cash App is. All right, so one more time. Let me play this. Let me play two more things, and then we're out of here. First of all, my boy is gonna be here on Saturday night, so y'all check him out.
And I don't know what to think. The bartender bring a double shot of the Hennessy. They even know my favorite drink, and they know I got a woman, and we're doing fine. But every time they see us, they can't keep me off their mind. And it's strange when you finally find a girl. That's when everybody wants you back. Nobody told me that when you finally find love, that's when everybody wants you back. I'm not saying I'm a cheat.
Intellectual stew. Intellectual stew with James Kirkland.
Powerful and provocative, prophetic and practical.
Intellectual.
All right, so yeah, Stuck on the Couch will be available in the next couple of days. I will have it available online so you can purchase it. And I appreciate your support in advance. I'll start taking pre-orders, and I won't have them Saturday night, but I will. I'll get them on Monday, and Monday I will start mailing those out. No, Tuesday I'll start mailing those out. Everyone has their tickets so far. As soon as you pay, especially if you go through my link, you automatically get an email with your QR code and everything for your ticket. If you send me a Cash App, and those, Miss Milton, how long did it take you after you paid the Cash App? How long did it take you to get your ticket? I need somebody to testify for me real quick. How long did it, Miss Milton? How long did it take you to get your ticket after you sent me that Cash App? I know it wasn't long, but so we're gonna make sure you get what you need to get in. So y'all make sure you get your tickets. She said not long. Okay, so make sure you we'll make sure you get what you're supposed to get. Lakeisha is doing a wonderful job making sure everyone gets their tickets and everything. So I appreciate that. Instant. Okay, Deborah, you got yours. Okay, cool. She got hers. She paid for hers and got it instantly. All right, bro. Appreciate you, Emmanuel. But yeah, so if you all want to come, shoot me a inbox and I got a ticket for you. First person who does that, send me your name and email address, and you will get your ticket instantly. Sandra said she is. She's doing a wonderful job, and I appreciate it. She'll be greeting you on Saturday night. So y'all, I'm looking forward to meeting y'all. I'm sure we'll go live again. I came back to Little Rock. Came back to Atlanta for a couple of days. I'm being vain. I ain't gonna lie. I came back to get my hair cut and a couple other things. So I ain't gonna lie, I'm being a little vain, but that's what I wanted to do. So I came back and got my hair cut, and I'll be back in Little Rock Thursday. And we'll get it. We'll be ready for Saturday. Everything is coming together, man. I'm excited. I'm really humbled about the support that I'm receiving, and I appreciate you all for real. All right, so I am out of here. I hope you all enjoyed tonight's conversation. I most certainly did. I appreciate all of your support, all of your chiming in the comments. If you're not currently following, which link you want me to put back up? Which link? Oh, from which link you want me to put? What link did I have up? Good night, Sandra. Which link you want me to put back up? Conjure. If not, I'll send it to you in your inbox. Put it in chat. Which link? Which link? Which link? Which link? You talking about for my Cash App? Hold on. That's what you're asking for? That's the only link I think I had up. But I'll put it in the chat. Oh, I hope that did it. Which link? Tell me which one, Conjure. Y'all can't make me laugh when I'm on the show. I'm done. Send me another one. The person who just said what they said to me. I'm trying to wait to see what Conjure is telling me to put back up. If I've already done it, then that's not. But either way, yeah, it's been real for real. I really do appreciate all of you all. Y'all are the best. Y'all are the absolute best. And I'm thankful for you all, man. For real talk. For the book, I don't have a link for the book yet. I didn't put a link up. All I have is the name of it right now. I will have the link for you in the next couple of days as far as how to purchase the book. All right. I just wanted to show you all that it was available. All right. Well, it's going to be available. So I'm out. Appreciate you. But here it is. I might go to 10 o'clock instead of 9 o'clock. I like this time better. But as I always say when I'm out of here, that the world is changing. My question for you is, why do you remain the same? Y'all have a good night, and I'll catch you on the rebound. All right? Good night.
Hey, let's change the world together. Get your The World is Changing tea at www.theintellectualstew.com.
All right. Good night, y'all.